Hi Year 1. Today we're going to look at part-whole model. This is something that we looked at in school a while ago, but we're going to have another look at it again today together. So our star words for today are part, whole, partition, known facts, add and subtract. So let's have a look at a number. We've got a number here, 9. A number is a whole. It is one whole thing. But a number can be split up into parts. So we can have our number and we can split it into smaller parts. Let's have a look at this now.
We can partition the same number in lots of ways. So here's my whole, it's the number 9, and I'm going to use mahjong tiles to help me represent the parts of this whole. So over here I've got 9 mahjong tiles, and on this side I've got none. And if I move 1 over here, then I can see that my whole is 9 and my two parts are 8 and 1. I can do it another way. Now my two parts are 7 and 2. Now my two parts are 6 and 3. And they all add up to the same whole, 9. Now I've got two parts, 5 and 4, making the whole 9. And now this is a bit where it gets interesting. Now I've got 5 and 4. Now I've got 4 and 5. So we can really see here how it is commutative. It doesn't matter which way round these go, they will still make the same whole. 4, 5. Now my 9 is into two parts of 3 and 6. 2 and 7. And lastly, 1 and 8. Of course, I can still move that one across, and then we have 0 and 9.
You can try this yourself at home. You can use objects like toys or Lego bricks to find different ways to partition that number. So taking one number as a whole and then partitioning it into two parts. So you can see here I've done the number 5, and I've got 3 Lego bricks on this side and 2 Lego bricks on this side. And add them together, there is 5 altogether. And then over here, another way of partitioning that number. 4 Lego bricks here, 1 Lego brick here. 5 all together. So I know that the whole is 5. Let's have a look at a different example now. So I've got another part-whole model here, but this time I don't know what the whole is. I know that a part is 4 and the other part is 3. What could the whole be? The whole is 7. If I add 3 and 4 together, then I know that the whole is 7. You don't just have to split numbers up into two parts. You can split the whole up into many different parts. So in this example, we've got 3 parts to our whole. So we've got 7 pieces of fruit. And you can see here, we've got 3 different kinds. We've got bananas, apples, and oranges. So we're now going to split the fruit into the different parts of their different fruit. See if you can finish this sentence together. What is the whole? What is a part? What is a part? And what is a part? Did you get it? Let's have a look at the answer. So 7 is our whole. 7 is the whole. Then we have 2 oranges, so 2 is one part. 3 apples, so 3 is another part. And 2 bananas, so 2 is another part. So 7 is the whole, 2 is a part, 2 is a part, and 3 is a part. So this all relates to our fact families that we looked at a couple of weeks ago. So if we look at the part-whole model, we can see 7 is the whole, and 3 and 4 are the parts. So that helps us to see that 3 plus 4 equals 7. But it also helps us to see that it doesn't matter which way round these go. So we can also do 4 plus 3 equals 7, because they still equal the same whole. It can also help us to see Subtraction. So if we have our whole is 7 and we take away the 3, what's left over is 4. So we can see that 7 take away 3 equals 4. And the same way the other way round. 7 is our whole. If we take away the 4, what's left over is 3. Let's look at an example together. Here I have my whole is 15, and I know that one of the parts is 4. How can I figure out what the other part is? Well, I can use my subtraction strategies, whether that's using a number line, counting back, whatever you would like, to remember that 15 minus 4 equals 11. So then I must know that the other part here is 11. So I've got 15 is the whole, 4 and 11 are the two parts. Now let's have another look at a different example. This time we've got 3 parts, so it's a little bit trickier. So our whole is 17, and we know that one of the parts is 5. But what could the other 2 parts be? Well, I'll use my subtraction strategies to know that 17 take away 5 is 12. But then where do I put the 12? Well, then I have to go a little bit further. And remember that 12, we could partition that as well. So if 12 is my whole, I could partition it into 4 and 8 as the 2 parts. Now remember, you could do this in lots of different ways. There is no one right answer. There's lots of different answers for this. But I'm going to choose 4 and 8. So I have now partitioned my 17 into these 3 parts, 5, 4, and 8. And I know that all together, these parts equal the whole of 17. Okay, it's time for you to have some practice by yourself now. Here are some different examples that you can do for yourself. So if you would like to practice, then have a look at the ones in this box here. When you're doing these on your paper with a pencil, you can draw the objects, draw the dots like the counters to do your part whole model, or you could use some objects that you find around your house. So this is if you would like to practice. If you would like to exercise your skill of partitioning, you're feeling a little bit more confident, then you can do these questions here. And these ones don't have any drawings or objects, they just have numbers. So you need to fill in the gaps. And if you would like to challenge yourself, if you're feeling quite confident about this, then you could try these part whole model questions here. There's some where they have 2 parts and some where they have 3 parts. I'm not going to show you the answers because I think it would be useful for you to check your own working out. So have a go at these different ones. Some of them don't have one right answer. Some of them have different answers. For example, 9, you can partition in lots of different ways. So you can have a go at it for yourself and try to check your working out by using one of your addition and subtraction strategies, or by using objects or drawing to check your working out or to prove your answer. And then last of all, how many different part whole models can you make? You could use objects, drawings, or numbers. Here are what blank part whole models look like. You can draw them onto a piece of paper and have a go at doing some for yourself. So have fun with your part whole models, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.